Hi friends, good day and welcome to another episode of Sunday AD. Today we're going to learn how to do some cool analysis on pivot tables, grouping some of the data we have. So we'll go ahead and quickly get started. What I have here is a data set which spans over 2 years with dates, the person who's buying the materials, the type of goods they've bought, and the amount for each. So it's kind of uh, some large chunk of data as you see here, and can be difficult to analyze as a result of it. So we're going to kind of make this into a quick pivot table and see how we can work out some analysis on it. So moving on to the next tab, I'm sure you know how to create a pivot. So I'm going to skip that step for here. And you see when we create a pivot, this is giving us day wise how much each person has spent over the course of term over the course. Now, obviously, this is not very easy to understand or intuitive to analyze, right? Because it is broken out by each date. Let us say now we'd like to analyze and give it a better representation of this by viewing it in a month, right? That probably will be more uh, interactive and engaging to understand over there. So what we have to do is really come to the row labels, right click on this, and you have an option called group in here. Click on group and you see all of these options come out, which shows the days, months, years, quarters, etc. Quarters here is typically the calendar quarter. So don't assume it to be a financial year quarter if you're not following the calendar year quarter for whatever reason. Right? But months and years are pretty generic, so makes it easier. So uh, we're going to do months and years over here, and I'll explain the difference to you in just a moment, right? So by selecting both and doing OK, now you see that each month for each year, the data is kind of selected and visible here of which person has spent how much in each year or month respectively. The reason for selecting year is, you get a breakout for each year. If you select only month, the year is ignored and you'll get everything into one view itself. So this is how, if I unselect years, you get everything in one view. I'm going to undo just to kind of make it easier to view again. And now this gives us a better representation or a way to analyze the data. For example, we see person C has spent the maximum in 2023, but is a relatively low spender in 2024. Seems to be running up again in 2025 as well. So this can be some insight to generate. Spending patterns, what are they spending on, is also something that can be looked at over there. So this is how you kind of group data to make views and representations of it. Now let us say you do not want this by month, but maybe a weekly review of it. So you go do something again very similar. Right click on the label, row data, and select days. I'm going to uncheck the years and months, and suddenly you will see that the number of days over here is enabled. We could have it for 7 days, which is a weekly thing, or even fortnightly over there. I'm going to choose 15 days just to kind of have it as a fortnightly review. And I'm going to set the start date as 1st April 2023 till 31st of March 2025, right? I'm going to click OK. So now you see that every 15 days, this is giving me data of every fortnight of how the spends are occurring and so on, right? Uh, so this is a quick way to analyze some of the data and get a quick representation of it. Let us dig further into this now. And we want to know how much or in what bracket of spend is each one incurring in here. So what I'm going to do is kind of bring in the amount into the row section, uh, the buyer into the columns, and consider a count of them. Now, as you see, this is grouped already, but that's kind of from a previous one. But typically you will, this is how you will see the data over here. Now, I would want to bucket them into who's spending how much over here. So I'm going to right click again and click on group, and we're going to say anything between 100 to 2000 in increments of 400 is what we'd like to see, right? And I click OK, and suddenly you see, right, 100 to 500. This is this is who is spending how much, right? Uh, 500 to 900, 1300, so 1700 to 2100 for person C, for example, is my biggest spender, high value transaction spender over here. That's one insight we can generate out of this, because he's doing the maximum transactions on the higher value over there. Another one could be, instead of buyer, I would want to know what type of spend are they incurring, right? What are the major categories of spend in there, right? And this is what we see again, right? Major items, for example, are food and music are the big spend categories, of which food tends to be the highest value transactions as well, which is between 1700 to 2100 as well. So these are quick ways of analyzing data in pivot table and grouping them to get better insights over here. And I do hope you found this useful. This is all I have for you today. Take care and have a good day. See you next week.